So maybe you are ready to plan an epic journey, go beyond the weekend getaway and take some time off and adventure. Well, that's why we're here. If this is your first time, my name is Michael. This is Overland Bound. We believe adventure is absolutely necessary, and that's why our community exists. They're here to help you. So go to overlandbound.com or download our app, Overland Bound 1, connect with the community, and let's get the adventure started. So I was recently out in the middle of the Nevada desert, 3,600 miles away from anybody here in North America. I was with my good friends Bob and Kent, and I sat down and talked to them about what you might consider when taking on a trail like the famous CDT. Now, they put together what is probably the quintessential resource for overland travel along the CDT. And you guys can get that information. It is in our app. Stay tuned. You'll get information on how you can do that. It's all free because we want you to get out there and explore. All right, let's catch up with Kent and Bob. Good day.
Are we on?
Hey guys, I'm here with Kent. You met Bob, Executive Director, West Region Director, and personal friends of mine, though they'd never admit it. You guys just did this awesome. you guys just did this awesome trip.
2,500 miles on the Continental Divide, from Mexico to Canada.
2,500 miles. Yeah, that qualifies as epic. And I know, I mean, you've been planning this thing for a long time.
3 years?
Yeah, it was planned. We got delayed because of COVID.
Yep.
But we were having monthly conference calls.
Mm-hmm.
We had connections going. It kind of fell apart because some people dropped off, but we had assigned jobs basically throughout.
Yep.
So it was more organized than a trip of, hey, let's get together and go out and have an epic trip. It was organized.
Yeah.
It was.
It has to be, right? Like, I mean, for a trip of that duration, it's not like, so even this weekend, so we're out for 3 days and we're having a great time, and doesn't require the same level of preparation as a trip like that.
Oh, of course not.
Yeah. So people that are watching behind the camera thing, putting myself in their shoes, if they've never done anything like this, I might want to hear like, okay, say I wanted to plan something like this, and I've been off-roading for a little while because this is not a first trip. I've been doing it for a little while. Now I want to do epic adventure. What are some highlights of things that either insights that you guys gained or things that you need to prep for? What would you tell folks?
Well, we, like Bob said, we all had jobs.
Yeah.
We treated it, because I come from the fire service, we treated it just like we would organize a fire or a large incident. Bob was in charge of law enforcement or legal.
Kind of security stuff, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Security, and also, where can they carry a concealed weapon, where can you not?
Uh-huh.
We had somebody in charge of weather, doing historical weather from point A to point B.
Mm-hmm.
We had mapping. Mapping was the start, because everybody wants to know what the track is.
Right.
So we had Tom White from TWW Overland. He, and with another guy, put the base map down. We purchased a GPX file from a motorcycle group, and that was kind of the basis of how we started.
Yeah.
But that actually went out the window because there's
not relevant.
Not relevant at all. And they went to hotels every night, and we refused to. So mapping was, I think in the end I put in 40 hours, maybe more, 50 hours in the end, getting it ready.
Just
the final track.
And you had said that one of your goals was to stay as close to the Continental Divide Trail as you could.
Well, we were able to download a track, or the actual geographical divide.
Mm-hmm.
And we put that in as an overlay when we were designing the track. So the goal was to be within 50 miles of the Continental Divide
At all times.
at all times, and we wanted to stay off road as much as possible.
Yep.
And I think we were 85%.
Yeah, it was
Most of the time off road.
So Bob, when people really bugged you, they really got under your skin, did you just give them a job? Was that part of the job strategy too? It was like you told them to do something?
It's funny, with my personality, I get along with everybody. You know that.
Just me. Just like me, yeah.
Some people,
Yeah.
I mean, some people are going to be like, okay, let's be real. You guys were out there for how long was the trip? How many days?
Trail 16 days.
16 days.
So 16 days of trail with a group of
7 rigs, 10 people.
Started with 8 rigs.
Yep.
Blew up one engine first day.
Yep.
So we ended up with 7.
But we also found somebody on a trail, an OB member, stranded.
Yep.
He stayed with us a few days,
Cool.
and then he was out.
Yeah, that's epic too. I mean, here we're driving along, going through this area which in the middle of nowhere, and we come over this rise, and there's a soda lake there, and I look just like Mojave. So I'm looking down there, and here is this 80 down there, and it looks just like yours. And I went, Michael's here. So I'm looking at it, and the guy's over there waving at us. Really, Richard Sherman. He's a member from Huntington Beach. Nice guy. So we ended up, I told these guys to wait, and I went down there, and here he is with that stupid that soda ash up to here.
Yeah. Oh
and
my God.
No shoes
No
on.
shoes.
He's smart.
Oh my God.
And it's down to the rails, and he's towing a trailer.
With a motorcycle.
And if we hadn't come along, I have absolutely no idea where he would have gone because there
Holy
was nobody within.
He had his shovel out. He had MaxTrax down.
Yep.
He could not get out of this
Yeah.
muck.
It's terrible.
Yeah.
So Bubba Rope, did you end up yanking him out?
They yanked, Kelly Heron, one of our members, with a HD, 2500 Ram Dodge diesel.
He was the go-to.
Yanked him out like it was a little toothpick.
Yeah.
So Richard hung with us for a couple days and got to experience a different way of travel, which was good. He enjoyed that. How to find campsites and all those things. He wasn't very adverse with that, and we helped him learn a lot about that.
Where can people get the track?
The track is free, so I will give the track to anybody that wants it.
Great.
We'll provide it correct on Overland Bound.
Yep.
We're just going to clean it up a little bit. One thing we did was every time we saw a campsite that would take more than 7 rigs on the side of the road, we marked it.
Okay, cool.
I think there's 200 sites on the track.
Holy crap.
So that
Wow.
anybody can jump in. We had split it up into 16 sections, but what we'll do is probably this week it should be done. One continuous track.
Yeah.
With all the waypoints on there. All the waypoints are every campsite we found are campsites that we actually used.
Yeah.
Fuel stops, and some other nice, some places to see.
Yeah.
But it's anybody could jump in at any time and have a great trip.
Cool. Let's go through some highlights. Let's pick 5. I mean, there's the ones that you guys told me about on the radio today that we can't talk about, and then there's the ones that you can talk about. What were they?
I tell you, one of the things for me, especially New Mexico,
Yeah.
just surrounded by the thunderstorms.
Yeah.
Oh, it was great. I mean, you're out
Awesome.
there just lightning, and there wasn't too much over us, which was nice. But the weather, we hit a lot of rain. But you know what? We were all prepped. We had rain gear. There was a couple nights, and we could only have a propane fire pit.
Yep.
There was a couple nights we'd sit under an awning, propane fire pit, in our rain gear.
Yep.
Who cares? We're not going to let it ruin our trip. And it didn't.
No, Bob, you can't talk about that. Okay. Thunderstorms in
Well, thunderstorms equal mud.
Yes.
That was a down.
Yeah.
Oh, there was mud.
Yeah.
More mud than I've ever seen.
Righteously,
Well,
4 inches on our fenders that we had to scrape
Yep.
off with plastic spatulas, and it was.
Trailer goes one way, Jeep goes the other. I mean, it was mud from hell.
what was a highlight for you, Kent? Something you can remember?
Getting done.
Yeah. So just okay, because you were sick and tired of it, or because it was an accomplishment, or a combination?
I wasn't sick and tired at all of it.
Yeah.
It was we had a mission, and we wanted to get to Pole Bridge,
Yep.
and have a bear claw,
Huckleberry Bear.
Huckleberry Bear Claw, and then we had 8
That's
more
a highlight
miles.
right there.
Yeah, 8 more miles to go to get the border, and we were.
Yep.
You know, we got that last night. We stayed on the Flathead River, right on the river.
Yep.
It was just epic, and it was just a great end to the whole thing.
And your journey was from Mexico to Canada, like the entire duration.
We actually went to the southern terminus of the Continental Divide, which is at the Crazy Cook Monument.
Yep.
And the border was a barbed wire fence with a gate in it. You could walk right through.
Yeah.
So we were at the beginning of the, and we went to the end within 50 miles of the Continental Divide Trail. The trail, Continental Divide Trail Association, actually ends in Glacier National Park.
Mm-hmm.
But we can't get that close, so we got on the Flathead River, about 50 miles from it, and it's just an old, run-down, place. There's nothing there, there's nobody there, and it was cool. It
Awesome.
was just so cool to finish it, and we turned around and we just left.
Everyone's just like, boom.
Everybody left. Yeah.
Well, he just mentioned completing it was a highlight. I had a conversation with Kelly Heron, and I don't know, I think most agreed. Getting to the Canadian border was somewhat of a letdown, not for what we've done, but realizing it's over.
Yeah.
I think most of us could have kept going.
Yeah.
It's like, oh, it's over, it's done. Now we have to get home in 26 hours.
So let's do it from Mexico to the Arctic.
Well, a gentleman, a guy that is one of the people that works for Overland, or he runs it, Overland Campers and Flagstaff, was on a adventure bike right behind us. He must have passed us somewhere.
Yeah.
Because the bikes passed us like we were standing still.
Yeah.
But, and he went all the way 7,500 miles to the Arctic Ocean.
Wow. Awesome.
And that's really cool.
That'd be a trek.
That's the other thing that was really cool, is meeting the hikers and meeting the bicycle riders and the motorcyclists that were all doing the Continental Divide Trail. And we weren't all doing the exact same trail, but we all kind of co-mingled. We made contact. It was really cool.
Cool.
A lot of really nice people out there.
Yeah. And cattle ranchers.
Oh, the cattle ranchers are so nice. Oh, man. We pulled up to that. How many cattle? 400 maybe?
Yeah, a few hundred.
A few hundred. And we're in the middle of a canyon, and the guy says, oh, yeah, don't worry about it. Just go on. Just push your way through there. And he's got 3 border collies in his truck. Come up to Mom, who's the matriarch of this family. She goes, oh, how are you boys doing now? Since she has 3 border collies in there. And I used to have border collies. My wife used to run them. I love border collies. So I'm watching them. And then the cowboys all kind of went off their own. They all had border collies. So we just kind of worked our way through it and got to the end, and it was a highlight, actually. That was probably very cool.
Awesome.
Yeah, that was
And then we saw
Wyoming.
over 1,000 sheep being herded by one guy on a horse with his border collies.
Wow.
Great Pyrenees dogs as the guard dogs came to check out our camp. We were okay, and they took off. It's things that you would never see.
Right.
It's
Thousands of sheep.
Yeah.
I mean, it went on for 30, 40 minutes.
A couple beers. At least.
In your camp, yeah.
Misconceptions, preconceived notions, any tips for somebody considering this? Do you have to have a built-out Rubicon like this?
I'm going to say yes.
Yeah, okay.
And we build our rigs to go anywhere that we might accidentally go to.
Right.
And it happened today. It's happened,
Yep.
we're glad,
Yep.
we were both glad we had 37s on.
Yep.
But you need a built rig. You need something that's very capable.
You don't want to be stuck out there.
No.
Yeah.
If you get stuck in Wyoming on that, we came across these 2 mountain bikers in Wyoming.
Yeah.
They told us seconds or
Yeah.
minutes away from pushing the SOS button on their InReach.
Because they had run out of water.
Oh, yeah. So, yeah.
I mean, but you don't have, your rig gets screwed up out there. So that's why you need to have a really capable rig.
Capable rig. You went with a group of capable other drivers, right? So you guys have redundancy and backup.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And
We had some issues, but
And the InReach,
Yep.
you need to have the communications.
Yep.
Even as a group, you need communications because we didn't have cell for several days at a time.
Yeah.
So you need some kind of out if you need it.
Yeah.
And we tried to do live with you, and
It's just impossible.
it was
Yeah, I'd get texts from the Garmin from you
Yeah.
for like days in a row. Yeah, totally.
it was unbelievable.
Yeah, but that's part of it, right? Is just being out there and kind of disconnecting for a little
Well,
while.
and you have to
so.
plan for the unplanned.
Yeah,
Like we said towards the beginning, people had jobs. Well, these people have their life, and they ended up dropping out. Some of them did.
yeah,
We lost a pretty good amount of folks from the original core, so you're not going to have somebody to do that. So you have to plan, like any trip, you have to plan for the non, you know what I mean.
yeah.
The not planned.
The not planned.
Yes, thank
If
you.
everything had happened according to plan, it wouldn't be an adventure.
Exactly, that's true.
The
true.
unexpected.
Yeah.
The unexpected always happens.
You know, we had a couple. I don't even know. Well, we had the blown motor,
Yep.
but we had a couple sway bar links go out.
Yep.
We had spare parts for one. The other one got fixed. So things are going to happen. So you
Yeah.
have to be prepared. I mean, that's like it with any trip. You got to be prepared. But
Forerunner lost a control arm bolt.
So
and there was a loosen up behind the wheel on that one.
did you have spare loose nuts?
And we just left that alone.
Anything else, you guys?
No, I'd advise people to do it if they can.
Okay,
And anybody that wants any advice, they can contact either one of us.
Yeah.
Anytime.
So Kent and Bob, you changed your handle on the forums. What's your handle on the forums now?
No, I'm still
No,
I'm still Narbob.
Narbob?
Yep.
Okay.
Instagram changed.
Instagram is
Oh, okay, got it.
JT_RDB.
Right, okay. And you are Kent R on the forums.
Yep.
And the Overland Bound either in the app. So if you guys have some questions,
The most important thing is that we're going to give this track out to anybody that wants it. There's no reason to
Great.
spend hundreds of
Great.
dollars
Yep.
on this trip.
yep.
And the other thing is too, I mean, but there's some people that take people on this trip and they charge them $3,000,
Yep.
$4,000. You can do it on your own.
Yep. All right, you guys, you heard it. They will answer your questions and the track will be available for free. We will provide it. I'll put instructions in the description of this video. So check it out. I mean, that's 40, 50 hours of work for you to piece it together so that these rigs could go on it. So it's a good resource if you guys want to do a trip like this.
It'll be the final cut too. I mean, it'll actually going back, we recorded it
Yeah.
from the beginning to the end.
Yep.
So because we made a bunch of changes.
Yeah.
So
Great.
we had to punt it a couple times.
So it's current.
It's very current, and
Right on.
I'll tell you, it's absolutely vetted.
Great.
You will have a great trip.
Great.
The
That's
campsites
awesome.
alone were epic on it.
Yeah.
There's nobody that would have an issue with any campsite.
Our
Great.
campsites, if you look at our campsites, there's 16 campsites, and they were all a 10. There was
Awesome.
not one bad campsite,
Awesome.
and that took work.
Right. All right, let's go have dinner.
Right on.
All right.